Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tell Us Your Story, Breathitt County. I'm excited to share an interview that I did yesterday afternoon with James Talbert Turner, who is a basketball player, coach for Breathitt High School for many years. Had some wonderful stories to share. I met Coach Turner when I was a freshman in high school, and he was my health and PE teacher. And our families have become like family, and so it was wonderful to go over and sit down with he and his wife Ollie and sit around and talk basketball. Their dog Rosie also tried to get in on the interview, so if you hear some strange noise, that's probably coming from Rosie. But the purpose of this channel is just to collect and share stories of Breathitt Countyans. And so if you're interested in telling your story, I'd love for you to have someone interview and send it, or I'd be happy to come out and sit down with you and have a conversation. But if you're interested in this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can see that there is some interest in this. But I hope you enjoy. Okay.
Where you got it?
I've got some questions I'm going to ask you. So I'm here with one of Breathitt County's, probably one of their most well-known residents. When it comes to basketball, it is March in the Bluegrass, and of course, basketball is kind of synonymous with March around here. And I've got the perfect person to talk to about basketball. I've got Coach James Talbert Turner with me. And a lot of people remember when you played, when you coached. And so I just want to start with a little bit about yourself, your childhood, where you grew up, and when you started playing basketball, and how it became a big part of your life, because it has been a big part of your life, I know. So tell me about.
Well, I grew up right here in this house out above us.
Okay, we're on over at Talbert.
I've been here for all
Is this
my life.
considered, what is this considered? This is not Talbert, is this?
22 Smiley Branch Road now.
This is Talbert,
It used to
okay.
be Talbot, Kentucky.
Okay, all right, okay.
But anyway, I've been here about all my life, except we got through college. We stayed in Jackson about 10 years, been all I did.
Okay,
But other than that, I've been on Turner Street practically all my life.
okay,
I grew up here. We went to Turner School up here.
okay,
About a half a mile up there to it. We walked every day.
okay,
That's where I started out playing ball.
okay. How old
We had
were
a
you?
little- I was, when I first started playing, I was probably about the third grade.
Okay.
And
Did they have a school team that you
Yeah,
played on?
I had a first cousin. He was playing for Breathitt.
Okay,
And I was real young, and he was, bigger, and
right,
he played for Breathitt, and he played on the varsity on starting five. And
okay,
he taught me a lot of stuff. He
Okay.
would showed me how to shoot it and how to handle the ball, and it really helped me, over the
Okay.
years, because
And
I
who-
was ahead of everybody else when I got up in grade school.
and who was he? What was his
And he
name?
was John Turner. They called him John the Baptist. I know a lot of
Oh,
people
okay.
remember him.
Okay,
Played for Breathitt.
okay,
And he was a good one. They had that's when they started with their good teams.
right,
He went, I think, to the state tournament, maybe the first year they went.
okay,
And
okay,
then I went 3 years in a row with him.
okay,
So we went 5 years there in a row,
Right.
I went 3 of the 5. And then that's while I was playing. Then when I was in grade school, we played at Old Turner School.
okay,
And we just consolidated it, over there. And
the Highland,
we played, we had a whole bunch of county schools out.
right,
In the county, I don't mean how many now, but there was, I know, Quicksand, Van Cleve, and Lusaw, and Big Rock, and Canoe, and
right.
Highland, and a whole bunch, I don't
And everybody
remember.
had their own teams?
Everybody had their own team.
And you played against them?
And we played, when I was in grade school over at Turner School, Old Turner School.
Mm-hmm.
We went, I think it was 5 years, we didn't lose a game in
Oh,
grade
wow, that's
We
pretty
won it.
impressive.
school. We won the county tournament every year.
Okay. Where did they have the county tournament? That was always at Breathitt
At
High?
at the end of the year, the old gym, they had the county
Okay.
tournament during school.
Okay,
We'd go, for a week.
right,
And then all, high school kids came in, and Holland Church for that same, you know.
Very good. I bet that was neat.
Oh, it
wasn't
was. It was
Yeah.
great for us, you know. Grade school boys
yeah.
playing over in the high school. All the older ones that knew us and kinfolk
Right.
rooting for us.
Right.
It made a big difference.
So Turner Turner School did go to 7th or 8th grade?
They went to 8th grade then.
8th grade then.
Yeah, they went to 8th grade.
Okay. So you played there till 8th grade till you went to Breathitt?
That's where I got my early going.
Right.
Played out on these roads where you dribble the ball, you had to run and get it, you know.
So keep it from going over the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess you learn things that you don't learn in the gym, you know, because it's not bouncing that quick away from you.
Yeah. Who was your coach at Turner School?
At Turner School, man, Burton Hurrell.
Okay.
Y'all remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has Burton Jr. PR today.
Right. Okay.
He come over there, he was at Wolf Cove, and I guess when it's consolidated, he come from Wolf Cove.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if he came that same year, but anyway, he come a year or two later. If it wasn't the same year, and he was our coach all the way through grade school. Burton was.
Was he the principal there?
No, he was just the 8th grade
teacher
at that time.
Okay, well, very good. So when you got to Breathitt High, and went out for the team as a freshman, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your experience? Was Pharisee Woods your coach when you got to be a freshman there? Was he the coach then? Okay.
Yeah. When I was in grade school, you know, I was probably in 8th grade was the best player in the county.
Okay.
By far.
Right.
And I got to shoot it and dribble it and, you know, do a lot on my own. And all these older boys that watch ball around here, they told me, they said, now when you get in high school, every time you get it, you got to shoot it.
Okay.
Because you be the best shooter on the team.
Right.
And, you know, that's just talk, you know, and I didn't believe that, you know. But anyway, that's probably right in the long run.
Right.
But anyway, when I was freshman, you know, we practiced in the old gym down there.
Right.
And it's
during school.
Yeah. During school. Yeah.
Right.
I believe the junior varsity practice 3rd and 4th period, the varsity 5th and 6th.
Right. I remember they were.
And we played the 3rd period, and then we'd take off and go and play the 4th period. But I didn't stay in the freshman as long as I moved over with the varsity.
Okay. When you were a freshman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I dressed with them when I was a freshman. Yeah.
Okay, you dressed with the varsity when you were a freshman?
You got to dress with the varsity. Right. I didn't get to play a little when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And,
so what position did you play?
I played point guard.
Okay.
Done all the dribbling and all the passing and
running the floor, kind of.
Yeah, and I was just, I guess, varsity was the type of coach. When I was a guard, I played, we wouldn't pad a certain play. We didn't just run, you know, like a flex, and one play we'd have 4 or 5 different plays.
Right.
And everybody had to be in a different position. And if you're the point guard, you got to make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be before you can run your offense.
Right. So did you, as the point guard, did you call the play, or did the coach tell you what to call?
Well, coach tell me a lot of times what to run,
right.
you know. But he'd load up 2 fingers, 4 fingers, or pick and roll, or give me signs, you know. And sometimes call me over by the bench and say, do this, you know, during the break. But we all, I don't know, we were all, nobody was jealous of one another. In other words, when I started on the varsity, when I was a sophomore, I played with Earl and Henry, we were seniors.
Okay.
And I played with 2 juniors.
So this was Earl Stevens and Henry B. Combs.
Yeah, me and Tommy Jean Turner.
Okay.
And Reuben Spicer. You probably didn't know Reuben.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. So you were the starting 5.
Yeah, me and Reuben played guard, and Tom was forward, and Henry was forward, and Earl played center.
Okay.
And we 5 all got to play. I mean, all 5 of you played, they didn't take you out.
Oh, you played the whole game pretty much, unless you fouled out probably.
You got hurt, boy.
Right.
And then if you got hurt, you wasn't too bad. You played anyway.
Exactly.
I was playing one night over Floyd County. I forget Prestonsburg, I believe it was. Late in the year, I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
And you know how you dive out of a loose ball?
Right.
I dived out of a loose ball and I hit my hand on the floor, left hand. And man, I know it hurt it, you know. And I heard it was pretty bad. I have fractured it, but it was just cracked like
Oh.
I played. But it hurt to play with it. You had to hold it behind your head. But I had to play anyway. The day first he took me to the doctor, we had to go to Lexington to bone specialist. We got down there and we seen him and doc, you know, Percy Wood something he coached, him and Frankie Francis.
Took you to Lexington to the doctor?
And to the doctor, Stevens, I believe his name was, and he checked me, the doctor did, and the coach said, well, he's all right, ain't he, doc? Said, can he play? The doctor said, he said he's got a hair-like fracture.
Okay.
Said he can play himself, he can stand it.
Oh, wow. So
At first he said he can stand it. And so we went to Hazard, played Hazard that night up there.
Oh, wow.
And I had to take keep one hand behind my back.
So you did play with one hand behind your back.
Yeah, but
yeah. So did you play the rest of the season with it?
Yeah, I played the rest of the season. That wasn't long before it's tournament. That was about 2 weeks before tournament time.
Right. And of course, being a senior, you didn't want to.
No.
Yeah.
No,
If you'd been
I was the only one back at the place for 4 years till we started, you know, on the starter. And they depended on me a lot. But we had a pretty good team that year. We wasn't nearly as good as when I was sophomore and junior.
Okay.
That's the two best teams I played with. We got beat in the semifinals in 2 years. That's the year Dumas beat us on the last second shot.
So that was semifinals of the state tournament.
Yeah, we had been in the finals if he'd missed that.
Right.
And then the next year when Earl got hurt in the regional, and we was in the finals that morning, but Earl couldn't play with us in the state.
Right.
We thought we might could have won if Earl had been healthy. But
so he hurt his leg, is that what I've heard?
Yeah, he broke his leg or knee or something. I don't know. He was in a lot of pain when he hurt it. I know that.
Right. And so did you all play in the Coliseum? Was the
No,
Coliseum?
we played at Lee's College.
Okay, Lee's College.
We practiced. We stayed over a lot. Coach had a house over at town. And we would stay over and practice a lot in the evenings. Stay all night with him.
Okay.
And when we'd go to a away game off any Hardy, he had a room over, we'd all stay in here together.
Oh boy, I bet that was fun.
It's just like a big family. You got pretty close to one another, you know.
Absolutely.
And,
and that made a difference, no doubt, when you were playing ball. The way the camaraderie, the closeness.
Like I said, all the years I played, 4 years, we didn't have no jealousy that I know of, you know.
Everybody just wanted to win.
Whoever can get you a good shot, take it. That's our philosophy, that's coach's philosophy.
And that's the way it should be.
Certain ones in certain situations.
Right.
When it comes to foul shooting, technicals and everything, I done all that for 3 years.
The technical got called and they put somebody on the line. It was you.
Yeah, it did.
So how many points did you score in your career? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. I had a lot of that stuff. And I don't know what happened to it. I had a lot of pictures and a lot of articles where Bill Childers used to say to me out of the Courier Journal when Bob White was over it, and he'd always give me a good write-up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I don't know what happened to them. She didn't get away with them and lose them or something.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they'll turn up sometime, hopefully.
No, they won't never turn up. I told Tess if he showed up, I'd like to have them.
Oh, no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, but Daddy kept all that stuff, and he kept my score in every game and everything. But I don't know. I know about what, when I was a sophomore, I averaged about 10 or 12 points a game.
As a sophomore.
When I was a junior, I averaged about 17.
Okay.
Senior, about 18 or 20.
Right. And that was before the three-point shot.
There wasn't no 3-point.
Right. What do you think about three-point shot? You think it was a good thing when they added it, or?
I guess it's all right. I know I could have used it. I could have had a lot more points.
Yeah.
I scored, when I was senior, I believe I had about 38 points about 8 games.
Oh, okay. And if there had been a three-point shot, no doubt it could have been.
Yeah, I would have been, one night I scored 38 in the highest.
Okay.
First, he wouldn't let me play no more. He took me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said, that's enough.
That's enough.
Beating them dead.
Oh, well, I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't get mad about it. Some
Yeah.
boys, some people and parents would have got
Right.
mad. You know.
Well, if you'd been on the other team, you would have appreciated
Yeah,
that, though, wouldn't you?
yeah, well,
Yeah. So tell me about Pharisee, with your legendary coach, because that was before my time. I've just heard about him.
Pharisee?
Yeah. Was he? What made him such a good coach? Do you think?
Well,
Good players, or?
he was had good players, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But he knows how to get out of them.
Right.
When we was pretty tough back then, I don't think a lot of these young ones nowadays went through what we did in practice.
Right.
If we lost the game, we practiced up the leash. We didn't even take no bottle with us next day.
Okay.
We just run for 2 hours.
Mm.
I mean, he talked and cussed and spoiled about 15 minutes and said, boys, you ain't in shape. Let's run. So we run till about almost time for the bell, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. About 5 minutes, he said, boys, you're gonna go home, you better get out of here.
Oh, really?
Got 5 minutes to get down and get on your bus.
Oh, wow.
We had our bus driver train, there's 4 of us loaded,
Right.
And we tell Alfred if we're a few minutes late to wait on us.
Right.
He'd wait on us.
Because he knew where you were, what you were doing.
Yeah, we had I think we had some of the better teams while I played, at Preston.
And what years were you? What years?
The best team we had that year when I believe I was freshman. And the second best team we had, I think, was our sophomore.
Okay.
But those 2 teams were probably, I think, the best 2 teams that I can remember, But a lot of people said this one last year, was the best, but everybody's got their own opinion.
Very right. And maybe different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did a lot of guys go out for the teams back then? Did a lot of students want to play? Did they try out?
Well, see, most of them back then, a lot of them couldn't get to practice. See, like, there was 4 of us when we were on Turner's Creek.
Right.
We lived in a mile of each other. We could walk. I had 3 cousins. Me and 3 cousins started on the varsity when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
We 4 played for Highland Turner School, Old Turner.
Oh, okay.
We went to the state when they were seniors, I was a junior.
So y'all been playing together since elementary school?
It was all the way through grade school we played,
Right.
and we, he first he'd come over to cross the river over there, we'd walk over there, it snowed. He'd come get us and take us over to his house, and we would stay over there during the snow and practice twice a day.
Okay. Wow.
And then we'll part up the river, some other teams sometimes would come over and practice against us.
Right.
He knew coaches, he knew like good buddies.
Right.
And that helped a lot too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
we
had this Lee's College we played in. It's a little bigger gym than the others, so that's another advantage.
This is true.
We could run more than they could.
Right, because the floor is bigger, longer, right? And
then 10 foot longer.
Yeah. So, as a player, what would have been your most memorable game, do you think?
As a player, one of the most memorable ones, I guess, is I was, let's see, Earl was a senior. We played Hazard up there at Hazard. They'd beat us 3 times that year. And we beat them in the regional tournament.
Oh, okay. Was it in the finals or just?
No, this was semifinals.
Okay.
We beat them out.
Is that Memorial
No,
Park?
we beat them the first game.
Okay.
And then we played Car Creek the second game. That's when Earl got hurt.
Okay.
We beat them anyway, and then we didn't have so I think we beat Whitesburg in the finals, and they wasn't as good as Car Creek and Hazard.
Right.
So we beat them without Earl.
Yeah.
And then we won 3 games in
the state. Was it at Freedom Hall back then?
No, this was at UK.
It was at UK, at Memorial?
Memorial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, after high school, did you play collegiate? Did you play anywhere in college?
No, I went out at Eastern,
Okay.
and I pretty well at that time. I had a whole lot of basketball. That's about all I'd done all the time
Exactly.
up until then. And when school start, we'd start practicing. We'd practice till school was out every year,
Right.
and then in the summer sometime.
Right.
So you get kind of burned out on it. But I just kind of, it's different in college.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I stayed out to, how long did I stay out, Mom? About
3 months.
2 or 3, couple of months, didn't I?
They told him he couldn't.
I
come
could-
home
I
on the
could,
weekends.
That made Eastern's team because all those boys that got scholarships and came there when I was freshman, about every one of them left.
Yeah.
For some reason or other, they failed out
Right.
or just left, didn't go.
So you went straight from Breathitt to Eastern.
Yeah, I went to
Just-
Eastern, then I come back from Eastern. Old man Ed Ollie was coach at Leeds College.
Okay.
And when Ollie was, then Ollie got married when she was into her junior year.
Hello?
Okay.
So we went to Eastern when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And she didn't go to high school.
Hello?
Okay.
So Ed got me to come back up to Leeds. And
Hello?
he gave me a scholarship at Leeds.
Okay.
And we got, but Ollie went back to Breathitt. She got her
Okay.
degree. And
Okay.
her
I
high
didn't
school
realize
diploma, and
that,
then we
yeah.
went back to Eastern
After she graduated.
as she graduated.
I didn't realize Ed
Then-
Raleigh had coached at Lee's College. I did not know that.
Yeah, Ed did. Ed was my
Wow.
coach.
Yeah, so you played at Lee's for a year?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that? How was that? Was that a good experience or?
Well,
Different?
Leeds, you know, they were the average team.
Okay.
We lost several games. I can't remember,
Right.
but we
Okay.
we was just a 2-year college
Right.
then, you know.
Right. So let's talk some about your coaching career. Did you come straight back from Eastern when you graduated? You come back to Breathitt County?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
applied for Eastern down there. If I'd got a teaching job down there, I guess I'd stayed on.
Oh, really?
So Ollie could have got through school.
Okay. Okay.
But didn't have none, and I had a job at Breathitt.
Okay.
You know, Miss Turner had me. Daddy got me a teaching job. Back
Okay.
then, you could get through. I majored in health and PE,
Right.
and Miss Turner hired me as a teacher at Little Red.
Okay.
For English and
Okay.
English teacher.
Okay.
And I taught in a little one-room building, one of them little
Right.
red buildings out there.
Right.
Me and Jake Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had him for science, I think. at
Yeah, and
Little
then
Red.
I just had 1 year I stayed at Little Red, and the next year, Bill Toller moved up as, I believe it's assistant principal or something,
Okay.
and he moved out of PE, so they moved me in PE.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Toller was a PE teacher before he became
Yeah,
went
then
into
he-
administration. I didn't know that either. Okay.
Yeah, and first he'd been there, he just left the year before I started teaching.
Oh, okay.
He went to Powell County.
Oh, he went from Breathitt to Powell.
Yeah,
So what years were you a player at Breathitt?
playing.
Yeah.
Let's see, I started in 59, graduated, no, yeah, in the fall of 59, 60,
Right.
61, 62, 63.
Okay.
Graduated in spring 64.
64. Okay. All right. So when did you become, I know you were assistant coach. for a
Yeah, I
while.
became assistant coach. Second year, first year I taught at Breathitt, I was a Little Red coach.
Oh,
They got
okay.
me coach Little Red.
Okay.
And then the next year, the assistant coach left, and they hired me as assistant coach at Jackson, at Breathitt.
Right.
Jack
Andrew.
Sanders just got the head coaching job.
Okay. And how long did you stay as assistant coach?
I think I was assistant coach 10, 11 years.
Okay.
Then Jack, they didn't hire him back, and they hired me.
Right.
Then I was head coach there for, I counted up 10 or 12 years,
Okay.
or up until I believe it's about 83. And then Glenn Napier come down there 2 or 3 years, and
Okay.
they got rid of Glenn, and I went back in for oh, I guess about 4 or 5 more years, and then I went moved up to athletic director.
I remember that.
Then after that, when I retired, I helped them. I don't know how many years. I helped Doug 3 or 4 years, and I helped Denny. And
Right.
I was assistant there to all the others wanted me to be assistants, but I wouldn't. I didn't help no others, really.
So as far as a coach, I mean, state 14th region, you had some 14th region?
Yeah, I went to the state 2 years.
Okay.
I was in the finals of the region 4 of the last 5 years I coached when they got rid of me.
Okay.
Hard win.
So what was your record as a coach? Do you remember that?
I don't remember, but I had over 20 games winning
Every year.
Every year.
Every year.
And I didn't have a losing season.
What?
We was usually pretty well a contender about every year.
Right. Right. So who was your biggest rival? Who do you think was the hardest team to beat when you coached? Did it just change?
Well, you had North Central and Hazard was 2, and of course when Perry Central got in, they was pretty tough.
Right.
But back when I played, you had Car Creek and Hammond and Breathitt, all 3 in one district,
Okay.
and all 3 of them could beat anybody else in the region.
Right.
They even included each other.
Right.
And
So only 2 of them could go to the region.
And we won every year in the district and region.
Right. Right. So did they do it like a draw every year
Yeah,
still?
yeah. We had when I coached, we had Breathitt and Jackson,
Riverside.
Cardia, Knox
Riverside
County,
and Riverside.
Riverside, Cardia,
Yeah. That was
Knox County, Hammond. We had 8 teams in
okay.
ours every year, and Car Creek and Hammond, either one could beat you on a given night.
Right. Right. Well, I remember going to a game in Hyman when I was.
Yeah.
I would just remember the atmosphere back then. Basketball seems like Breathitt played every Saturday night at home.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had and everybody was there. I mean, that's what everybody did on a Saturday night. You went
Well,
to
each college was full every Saturday night.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's probably packed full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about getting a seat enough. You'd have to stand up most times you went.
So, what was your most memorable game as a coach?
I guess first year we went to the state when I was coaching there.
Okay.
81, 82, I think it was.
Okay.
And
Who were some players?
I can't even remember them right now.
Who was
I had the best team I ever had. We got beat in the finals of the region. That was in 81.
Okay.
83, yeah. Jeff Allen and Doug Noble and
Okay.
Derek.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle,
Okay.
no Derek.
So,
And,
what year was it
and
that you?
Doug Noble, or Todd Noble,
Okay.
Dean Smith. But Dean and Todd both got hurt, the best 2 players I had that year, and had to play 2 sophomore guards.
Oh, okay.
And we lost. We got beat. We lost 1 game, 31 the finals of the region.
Oh, that was the only game you lost?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a hard one to lose.
With a little help from the
Right,
referees
right.
from Mark County.
Well,
Made us
that's...
on the last second shot.
Yeah.
But we didn't play well. I mean,
Oh, it was the last second shot?
yeah.
I bet you. Even with
I
all
told them boy exactly what they're going to do. I said, boys, don't let this boy get the ball over in that corner. And
You
I
got the
looked
ball.
around and he's wide open.
Oh, no.
The man's supposed to be guarding, wasn't even close to him.
Oh, no.
What do you say? The game's
Yeah,
over with. You beat. You
exactly.
don't get on the board, you
Yeah,
know.
Exactly. So one of my most memorable Breathitt games was when everybody you had just about fouled out. You ended up playing, did you just have 4 players at the end?
Yeah, I remember that. But
That was
I
at
guess,
Knox
one
County
of
as
the
well.
biggest games I ever played in was beating Hazard up there.
Oh, when you beat them, when you were
Beat 'em in
player.
And the first game of the original.
Yeah. Because were they expected to win or?
Oh, Car Creek won the LIT that year. There's one or two in the state.
Oh, wow. And did you beat them in the district?
We beat Car Creek at least, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before they got to the division.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very
And
good.
then Hazard brought us first game to region.
Okay.
They had a big parade and everything up there in Hazard.
Oh,
That
really?
night before the game. That
Oh.
evening the game was going on.
Okay.
Dad and them got caught in the traffic.
Oh, really?
Daddy said I heard one of them when those city policemen look over one and cuss it off, said, they ain't beat Breathitt County yet.
They better wait, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Daddy said he told him.
That was a sweet victory then, I guess, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was most people. Well, Hazard to beat us 3 times,
Okay.
and we wasn't even in the game most
Okay.
games. But this game we was. We
Did you
had the whole
just
game.
play that well, or did they overlook you and
No, they didn't overlook us. We just played.
just played your ball?
We just know. Plus, we was coached real good. We played them 3 times. We knew what they all done. And they had certain weaknesses. And that's what the first job was, to coach against their weakness.
Right.
That's what I used a lot of times. Like if they'd actually dribble the ball and go into the right and shoot, make them go to the left.
There you go.
You'd be surprised how much difference that makes.
Yeah.
Instead of letting them shoot a 15-footer, push them back another step and let them shoot a 20-footer. Makes a big difference,
Right.
especially when the pressure's on.
So did you enjoy coaching or playing more?
I enjoyed them both, really. I enjoyed playing, but I enjoyed coaching too with all those kids, and I enjoyed them. I love kids, and I love them boys. Got along with them all,
Right.
So I know all of them don't like you, Some of them, you couldn't make everybody like you, no matter what you're doing.
Right.
I try to do students the same way when I talk, treat them all equal, but it's hard to do,
Yeah. So what do you see as the biggest difference between high school basketball now versus the good old days?
I think we played more defense back,
Okay.
and I think we probably played harder too,
More
Because if there's a loose ball on the floor, we wouldn't
Right,
got it. We
right.
dive. If we had to dive, we'd dive, 2 or 3 of us.
Right. So what do you think about being able to change schools anytime you want to go play or you won't play?
But I don't think that's a good rule,
Yeah.
They ought to.
Kind of seems that if you had it to do over again, is there something you'd do different, or you think you?
No, I'd do the same thing. I'd do back, same attitude, just like I went over to help Breathitt with that year, 2 years ago.
Right.
Everybody in the county is talking about the little fellas. Couldn't go to the state. Couldn't go to the state. They can't do this. They can't do that. I watched them play. I knew what they were doing, what was going on, and I was pretty sick that time, and we was sitting around there. Me and Ollie was, and I told Ollie one day, maybe it was on a Sunday evening, or I'm not sure, but anyway, I said, Roscoe Denny, I'd been talking to him, and me and him was talking about him. He's talking about Breathitt. They'd played him a couple of weeks before that. Told me about him. I already know about him. He said, you need to go over and talk to them boys. I said, what? He said, son, they won't do a thing. They just stand around. And I went to a couple games and went over and watched them. And I went to talk to them. And I got over, I had a few little notes, scribbled down. And I told Kyle, I said, tell them to come out here and sit down on the bench. He said, I'll talk to them. And they come out there and they sit down. And I just told them, I said, the boys, I said, I'm not going to beat around the bush to you. I said, I'm going to tell you exactly how everything is. And I said, I know what's going on. And I said, now, you fellas, I've got my picture up here, I believe, about 9 times where I've been to the state tournament. I went down there, and 2 years we got beat in the semifinals. 1 year we got beat in the first round. I know what it feels like to win, I know what it feels like to lose, and I know what it feels like to go. They said, well, what does it feel like to go? I said, I can't explain that to you. I said, that's unexplainable. And I said, I told him, I talked to him, I said, the boys, I'm going to just tell you exactly the truth. I'm going to tell you exactly like it is, like I know it. I said, I've talked to these people, been around this ball all my life. And I started talking to them, and I told them, I said, let me tell you, I said, there ain't a soul in Bridget County thinks y'all going to state tournament. And I pointed out to him, I said, including you boys. And I talked on me, and I said, the only man thinks you go is me. And I didn't laugh. I said, I don't, that's the only reason I'm over you, because I know you can go. They just looked, nobody never cheated. I said, but let me tell you, I'll tell you what you gotta do. I'll tell you 5 things you gotta do, and you can do it. I said, number 1, I said that you gotta play defense. You can't flag at them just to go by and give them a layup. And then when you get a layup, stand under them, get the rebound, and put it back in, and not rebound. And I said, whoever gets it then, I said, brings it down the floor and wants to dribble till they shoot it. And I said, when you do get a rebound, when they shoot a layup and they miss it, they'll get the rebound and put it back in. And I said, if you all get the rebound and put it back in, you act like you don't want it, just walk it down the floor. And I said, 4 of you can't run half court and the other one run full court. You all 5 got to play. I said, you got all 5 do all these things every time together. I said, the first thing you got to do is play together, and whoever gets a good shot takes it. I said, the second thing, when you get the rebound, you got to get it on down the floor, and somebody's open, let them get a good shot and take it. And I just told them like it was, and I said, you got a rebound. No, I told him 5 things. But after I practiced him for the first 2 days, I went over that and put a lick with it. The next week we had them a whole week, and I helped with defense and helped with everything. Told them how to shoot, worked on follow through, and all that stuff, And talked to them, told them what.
Keep them motivated.
It's just amazing now. They didn't look like the same team.
Yeah.
The next weekend. I mean, I couldn't believe it myself, and as long as I didn't believe, I told Kyle, I said, I ain't got time to do much now, buddy. I said, it's got about so many days, I said, we'll do what we can. I taught them how to play a little defense, and taught them how to run the offense, taught them how to follow through on the shooting. And then they played hard too, getting the rest of yours. You remember.
I do. Well, that was probably one of your most rewarding times, and really, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah.
It was. And Andrew, Eugene's grandson was on
So that was special.
Team.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one reason why I went over to help me,
Right.
But I taught these Bellamy boys' mom in school, and I taught Gary Bellamy in school.
Right. So
I
third
taught
generation.
a lot of these people in school. They all knew me,
Right.
They was tickled as a head, I think.
Well, I was happy to see you over there on the bench when I was watching it. I thought that's pretty neat. I was glad to see it.
Yeah.
So you have your picture up probably more than anybody, really, in the college, as far as
Probably
player or
14th
coach.
region.
I'd say you do.
More than anybody in the 14th region, I'd say.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah. But I never do get no credit.
Well, I don't know. I'm interviewing you, see.
Yeah.
You're famous.
Yeah.
And you were also a good health and PE teacher. You touched a lot of lives in the classroom, too. For those of us who didn't play sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fans rooting for me. A lot of people,
Yeah.
I'd come out and watch me play, brag on me.
Yeah. Well.
That's enough, I guess.
Good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to share that I haven't mentioned?
No, I think you can kind of go through it and leave out what you don't want to do.
Okay. Well, it's been good to I've loved to listen to you talk, Coach. And as I said, I just remember when I was young, when basketball season would come to an end, we would be so sad.
Yeah, that's
know,
all it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we kept thinking, we would
Yeah.
be like, oh, it's going to be, so many more months until we get to go again. It was such
Yeah.
a
Who was your
big-
favorite student ever when you were teaching?
Don't say it, 'cause
I
I'll
guess
leave
you
here.
one of them. What you back?
He not only taught basketball, he taught square dancing and everything. He taught, yeah.
I can remember him doing those dance lessons at Easter, and you had to practice when he got
Oh, okay. So he practiced with you.
That was probably his most difficult class.
Yeah, I'd say
What's that?
The
when you-
dance classes.
the dance classes you had to take at Easter to get your degree.
Oh man, I tell you what, it was you at.
You didn't like the dance.
A lot harder than basketball, was it?
Huh?
The dance classes were a lot harder than basketball.
Yeah, man, she thinks so Miss Jenny, she thinks she was 2 hours. You know, the place
These big old boys, weren't they?
Yeah,
Shoot, they just played to me, it's just the opposite.
Teddy, yeah. Yeah.
We was playing up, playing Leslie County at Leslie when it's, let's see. They was sophomore, they're seniors when they game come, wasn't they? They're juniors. Anyway, it was, nip and tuck the whole game, son. You thought the rest of the season. And man, you got down to the bar. We went into 3 overtimes, going into the
wow.
4th overtime. And we got down there and it's tied up with 4 seconds to go. We had the ball. So I called timeout. And I told him, I said, boy, I'm gonna tell you what to do now, boys. I said, we can win this game. Of course, Mike Cheney threw the ball in. And Ken, I told Charles, I said, Chuck, you sign up, get on the foul line down there on the opposite end of the court. And I said, Mike's gonna throw it to you right to the center and you're gonna run and get it. Don't stop till you catch the ball. And I said, when you catch the ball, don't you think about shooting it. Chuck my fist at it. I said, you turn around just as quick as you get it and hit, and Kenneth's gonna break in the line down there and you throw it to him. Then Mike throw it to Chucky and Chucky throw it to Kenneth. Kenneth backed it off the glass, 2 points. Beat him 2 points, 4 overtime. And they'd always come in and see me every morning before first period. Basically we won. And Chuck come in that morning. They said, Coach, I just looked at you. We won that game, wasn't it? I said, what are you doing, Chuck? Rookie. I said, we score every time. He said, well, I said, well, you score every time in 4 seconds. I said, you don't believe me. I said, you wait till practice. At the end of practice today, I'll show you. All right. He looked. I know he didn't believe me, but I knew that all you have to do is make 2 passes and it don't take 4 seconds with no defense on you.
Right.
And at the end of practice, I told everybody to sit down except the starting 5. And I told Mike, I said, get out of bounds here now on the goal line. I said, they line up, boys. I said, Chuck, run and meet the ball down there at the center line, throw it on the Kenneth. And I told the manager, I said, put 4 seconds on the clock. He put 4 seconds on the clock. And Mike threw it to Charles, Charles threw it to Kenneth, Kenneth put it in. About 1 second left.
You had a second to spare.
We done that 4 times in a row. I said, now Chuck, what do you think? Look at that, Coach. Really do it
Appreciate it.
anytime.
We'll add it a little bit maybe so we don't get you guys
I want
in
to tell you
trouble.
something.